What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Robski. It's April 3rd, 2019, and I'm yet on another adventure. I'm actually here in beautiful McCall, Idaho, and I'm working as a steward slash dishwasher. I got this job through a staffing agency down in Boise, Idaho, and I've already worked two shifts. I'm kind of tired. It was kind of hard at first, but I've gone through it. I think I'm getting used to everything. I'm getting a pretty good deal, getting my rent paid for a couple of months and other things of that nature. Today, I want to talk to you. One of my main reasons for being up here is I'm actually trying to pay off some debt and be really disciplined. I've kind of been straying off the path, whatnot, and I want to get some things done here. It's not the most lucrative job. It's not the most, um, sexy job, if you will, but it is getting it done. So um, I'm just living another day, kind of frustrated, but at the same time, the good Lord has blessed me with good health and a job. So, anyways, a couple of things that I do want to talk about. Again, I keep going back to the education system. I just heard the story about a man who went to medical school and then failed out. Well, I don't know if he failed out, but he couldn't pass the boards. And he got 404. Let me think this. $430,000 in debt, so close to $500,000 in debt. Guys, put your pride aside. Stay out of debt. Okay, this is one of the problems. This is why I'm working jobs. If you take a look back at my career or things I did, okay, so I was a good guy in high school, good grades, free sport athlete, whatever. Then because I was so prideful, I had offers to walk on at some bigger schools to play football, and as well as baseball. Some of the baseball people were interested in me. And what I did was, because I didn't get a scholarship right away, and because I was entitled, and because I thought I was special, I made some really dumb decisions. Like, one, going to Division 3. Okay, once you go Division 3, you basically take yourself out of the game. Okay, and Division 3 schools, these private schools, are out astronomical in debt. Okay, what I know now and guys, these are some horror stories. And here's the thing, is the world does not care if you fail. Okay. And they don't care about your past or what kind of grades you got or what kind of, they don't care. They care about your credit score and your money. Okay. Bottom line, if you want to get a mortgage, if you want to get any of these things that help you actually live, it's about credit scores and money. I'm a type of guy, I'm very competitive, and I do care what people think about me, and I also care about what I'm doing. And when I say that, hey, right now I'm a dishwasher, I mean, oh, well, come on, you're Rob Kearns, you're this guy and you're this guy, and now you're washing dishes. I don't care anymore. Okay. I got my housing paid for and I got money coming in. And I don't have to worry about mortgages and things like that. Okay. Eventually I want to get better and get something like that. But this is really hard, guys. All right. This is really hard. And these people and these kids, these kids in high school, especially young men, I really feel for them. They're confused like I was. Don't If you're going to take a risk, with that much money, you have to live and breathe and die by that certain profession. So if you don't dream about becoming a doctor, if this is like if you grow up and you thought about in high school, you didn't think about being a pro athlete or a firefighter, you thought about being a doctor, and you truly want to be a doctor, and you're gonna sacrifice everything. Okay, you're gonna sacrifice a girlfriend, you're going to sacrifice everything because you just want to be a doctor. You might consider doing what this guy did. But if you don't even mess around. This system that our nation is in is a terrible, corrupt system. And again, we have once again, Zion Williamson. It's going to be a one and done. He's going to be in the NBA, making millions of dollars, going to school 1 year. Okay. Don't listen to educators. They don't have your best interest in mind. Maybe your high school teacher does, but they're so very limited on what they really can do. With the technology we have today, the knowledge we have today, we can educate ourselves, and we don't need that corrupt system. We don't need the student loan system. We don't need Fed loans. Okay? You don't need that. You need a job, and you need to read, and you need to get better, whatever you're doing. So let's go back to my case. Okay, so what the hell am I doing? I'm a 34-year-old man in McCall, Idaho, and I mean, come on, Rob. What does your future look like? Well, right now, every job I've done, well, except for one, I've been in the wage earning category. So I'm simply just trading hours for dollars. You young kids in your 20s, the best way to go is to grind out the hours for dollars. If you're making $12 an hour in Idaho at the age of 18 through the age of 30, you can do really well if you're smart. But like I said, these people in the government, these people in education are absolutely terrible. And I'm not talking about high school teachers or principals. They're just trying to do the best job they can. I'm talking about the state board of education people. I'm talking about the universities and colleges. So, and the ironic thing is, I mean, I'd like to get back in. I mean, I'd like to be a professional strength coach someday. I'd do it for the University of Idaho because I'd like to help people out in my situation. I come from a working poor family, and originally the goal of college, why it was designed, was to help people like me get into a different class. Okay. So they basically trained me to become the middle class. And you're going to find out, you take a look at all these celebrities and all these people that are somewhat famous. I mean, take a guy like Joe Rogan or Coyote Peterson or Dave Ramsey. They might not be the most famous. Like, they're not global stars like, Britney Spears or whatever. But they have it's like they have meaning in life. They have something they even create a legacy. They have a known and respected brand. I don't. Okay. Right now I'm just a guy who floats around and does jobs, wages. It's been absolutely terrible. And I'm trying to build something, but I don't even know where to start. I went and worked with this guy named Ryan Paul, and I've always been a workout guy. But the guy he didn't want to help me improve. And I thought he was the guy. He was under Jay Schroeder's Evo Sport, Archuleta, and all that cool stuff. The guy said there's nothing there, so I screwed. I wasted a bunch of money doing that trip. So now I'm just going to kind of grind it out. I'm working nights. I hate working nights. It screws up my system. It's doing so good with the fasting. Yeah, all my friends down in Boise, they said, "Oh, how great I look because of the fasting." And, you look more like an athlete rather than a power lifter. I've always been I'm not I'm over 6 foot tall. I got large features. I've been more like a powerlifting guy. And he's like, "Oh yeah, you're looking lean and stuff." And talking to some old friends I used to work with, Darnell and Veronica, and I've been so blessed with just great friends, and I've been able to just go from town to town. When I was back in Morgantown, I made friends. One of the gifts I have is I'm very social. I can make friends. But at the end of the day, I want to confess that it's like I'm still unhappy. And the reason why I'm unhappy is because I feel like I haven't become anything. I feel like I don't have a significant place in this world or society. And it's the whole thing too with like celebrity and things that I'm learning as I've gotten older. If you take, oh, sorry, if you take one of these, you know, I mean, I think especially with like the attractive female celebrities, um, I think that it's like they created something and they became somebody, but I think they're also miserable. And, um, I'm like, well, how do these people with with access to the so-called elites? I mean, how do these people how because I keep comparing myself to them. I keep comparing myself to like how much money I can generate and who I know and stuff like that. And I just I don't know. I mean, it's so beyond me. And there's no class you can take. There's you can't. You have to go and do it somehow. And I don't know how these people do it. It's just beyond me. I mean, I have trouble enough just keep my stuff organized. So GPS signal lost. I think that it's like I want to go to that. I don't want to necessarily go to that extreme. I don't ever, if I was a famous actor or whatever. I mean, I don't really fantasize about that, but I would like to create a strong and reputable brand that's profitable. I'm not gonna lie. Um, I do. I'm not greedy, but I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated with the debt cycle that I've been in. And, here I've significantly decreased my expenses. I mean, I'm getting my housing paid for, but there's a cost. Um, working nights it's very difficult for me. And so I'm just, whatever. Another thing I learned, whatever you want in life, guys, you're going to have to sacrifice. It's going to suck. And the more that you want, the more that you're going to sacrifice, the more miserable you're going to be to get there. Now, when you get it, you might not be miserable, but you're going to have to go through the suck. It's going to be hard, and it's going to be, one of my criticisms with the school system, it doesn't train you for the hardness. That's why you can get some guy in high school that does well in college and flunks out of medical school. No one cares. And it's because the high school and colleges didn't prepare you for medical school. So I'm glad my 20s are over. And that's the thing, guys, especially us men who are so status driven, we're so identity driven. Guys, we all live and we all die. Remember that. We all live and we all die. When you're in your 20s, you're in your 20s, you're going to be confused, and it's going to suck, period. No matter what route you take, it's going to suck unless you're a 0.001 percenter. Unless you're LeBron James, it's not going to suck. Unless you're Justin Bieber, it's not going to suck. If you want to become a doctor, it's going to suck. If you want to become a pro athlete, it's going to suck. Unless you're LeBron James, who gets paid right away. Okay, that's reality. So, like all of you out there, no matter where you're at, just know there is a dude in Idaho who's trying to push through the suck. His name's Rob. That's me. And I'm just going to live another day and grind out some more hours. Hopefully someday I can be significant and known for something. But right now, just a guy named Rob doing some YouTubing. All right, guys. Hopefully leave a comment. Hopefully I become significant someday. This is your boy Robski out.